high condos around here. And then this is the institution area where the ETS located, and then this is mostly the residential area. So we found this area quite interesting because firstly, PPU is proposing a greenland here with the pavilion to memorial of the Metro 63, and then here we identify a lot of low-rise building, the historical old ones. And then we found the sub-routes in the middle of the zone, very interesting because it's directly hitting the Shin Canal.
And like right now, the axis linking to the canal in this area are very, it's hard to like notice. And so as we said, our like intervention, so we decided to choose this sub-street between Ottawa and William as our zone of intervention. This is the ETS school, and the white buildings are all the existing buildings, and we thought this was an interesting area to start with because it was surrounded by all these different sectors of Griffin Dam that we want to bring together. And so our proposal is to basically turn this part of the street into a pedestrian-only street, and this would allow to also play with the modulation of buildings and to densify this area while also retaining the cultural aspect of the neighborhood. So we're seeing this this pedestrian-only street as like a cultural walk through the street, and so our proposal also responds to all four of the principles because we also played with adding density to the buildings or kind of proposing the possible shapes of the buildings and the forms of the buildings and how to add height without while still inviting people in. And so, for example, in this side of the road, which has a maximum cost of 9, playing with the setbacks of the building, we managed to create a form that has a cost of 8.5, and this one is like a proposal for a building with a cost of 5.8, and the maximum cost for this part of the street was 6. So here, as I said, we're playing with the setbacks, but here we are also playing with like setting back the ground floor and having like the upper volumes cantilevers to like basically like create this movement through the street and beyond the street, and playing with the shapes and the volumes of the new buildings too. We're allowing this porous interaction and link with the other parts of the city, of the neighborhood.
So this is the specific design that we're proposing on the pedestrian-only street. So as I mentioned, there's going to be a Metro 63 pavilion located here, and this is the old fire station, and that's the old two-story historical building, and the PPU is adding on another pavilion to the school. So what we're trying to do is bringing some theme to the pedestrian-only street. As you can see, we're using the old Metro seats and the yellow warning sign that makes people feel right now they're walking on a metro. And people on the either side of the pedestrian were wondering what's going on this pedestrian, and then inviting them into